Hello, and welcome to Tips and Tools for Successful Marketing in Today's Environment. Well, I'd love to be there in person with you. I'm so excited to be able to share these tools with you and talk about how we can adapt our marketing strategies to reach our customers. I'm Julie Mollen, and I'm a Senior Marketing Manager at ALG Vacations. Today, as part of our session, we're going to talk about top marketing strategies to reach our customers. We're going to give you an overview of ALGV360, an awesome tool that'll help make your marketing easier, and then also show you tips and tricks to get the most out of ALGV360. Obviously, COVID-19 has really changed our world. It's changed how our day-to-day occurs. Every day is different and so different than what it was from before. For instance, even though we're at home more, we're still incredibly busy. Our meetings have changed to Zoom calls. Our workouts are in virtual mode. We're watching a lot of media. We're maybe consuming a little bit of wine. We're trying not to freak out. And let's not forget about how much virtual school might take up for those of us with families. And when we do get out, it's a really big deal. Now, I might not be donning my prom dress to go to the grocery store, but I certainly am taking a little bit more time than I may have in the past because it's an opportunity to get out and see people. And we're also engaging in social media a lot more. I know this meme really spoke to me because I've used my Instagram feed to the point where it gives me an alert that I'm caught up. And then I close my Instagram account, and a few minutes later, I'm right back in there because I'm longing for that human connection and using social media to fill a void because we're not able to be with our friends and family as much as we're used to. But despite all of that, in a lot of ways, it hasn't changed everything. We still long for human connections. We still want a sense of normal. I know lots of us are excited to get back to the office, get back to doing things that felt really normal to us. And this one's my personal favorite. We're longing for experiences. I did see this one, and I'm not going to lie, I did not notice this was a piece of cake at first glance. And another thing that hasn't changed is that the best marketing strategies really remain focused on understanding your customer. So even though our customers' day-to-day has changed, as long as we stay focused on what their needs are and how we can help them, it's going to help us guide us to the best marketing strategies possible. So with all of that information, how do we adapt? How do we change our marketing strategies to reach those customers in this crazy time? Well, let's start by looking at some of the facts and use that to inform our strategies. Authentic and relevant information is as important as ever. 9 out of 10 customers prefer brands that have authentic and good reputations. That's a stat that really hasn't changed that much between now and before COVID. But what's relevant has changed. So we need to look at our content and our marketing strategies and figure out how to refresh it and make sure that what we're sharing today is still relevant. We need to show the experience, give customers a peace of mind, incorporate user-generated content to help show them what the experience really is like. We also know that people are engaging with media a lot more across the board. Streaming radio, cable, mobile, display, and social are all up. In fact, social media usage is up 29% overall in the US. That's 41 more minutes a day Americans are using on social media than they were before COVID, for a total of 184 minutes. That's a lot of time. So let's think about our marketing strategies and how we can amp up our digital marketing. Can we do more social? Can we do more email? What are we doing from a mobile or display and search perspective? And lastly, COVID-19 has affected all of us and forced all of us to figure out how to do more with less. These two stats here are actually Ascend last year. And last year at Ascend, agents told us that 30% of their challenge is time to get the marketing done. And 46% of agents at that time did their own marketing. And with all the resources constraints, I'm sure those numbers are even higher and more important. And that's where ALGV360 can really help us out because it's got all kinds of marketing tools to make it easier for you to be able to do your marketing. So for those of you not familiar with ALGV360, it's a free web-based marketing tool. It's really easy to use, and we have over 5,800 pieces of marketing from all of your favorite ALGV brands. And within the platform, there's content that's ready to use, so you can download it and be done, or you can customize it to bring your call to action or make it a little bit more tailored to your needs. And I'll show you some of the stuff in the platform in just a minute, but I wanted to highlight that we have lots of authentic and relevant content. Everything from sales promotions to destination content to ENVFs, groups, and themed content like weddings and honeymoons and more. That's all in here. In fact, we've got lots of great content around Travel Protection Plus, giving those customers peace of mind. We've always got sale information in there to help those bargain hunters find a great deal to go to the destination. And we've even got things like videos from our partners. This particular one's from AM Resorts. And it's a recent video that shows how excited they are to have guests come back to the destination and some of the things they've done to help prepare for that. We've also got tons of digital content at your fingertips. Everything from social, display, email, plus all the traditional elements. And everything in ALGV360 is designed with the current standards and best practices in mind. So you don't have to worry about if the size is going to work with Facebook or if it's the right sizes and specs for Instagram. That's all taken into account when we develop these pieces. So with that, I'm going to jump right out to ALGV360 to show you exactly how it works and some of the tips and tricks we can use along the way. So there's two ways that you can get into ALGV360. One way is by going into your VAX stores and finding your favorite brand and looking under Agent Tools. You'll be able to get there from any of the ALGV vacation brands by clicking on ALGV360 under Agent Tools. When you click here, though, from your brand, it'll take you directly to content from that brand. So I'm in Southwest right now. If I click on ALGV360, it's going to take me to the Southwest content within the site. But you can always navigate home and access other brands once you're in the portal. The other way you can get in is by going directly to ALGV360.com. When you go to ALGV360.com, you don't need to be logged into VAX. You just need your account information to sign into ALGV360. And it'll take you to the home page where all of the assets that you have available will populate. Our home page here loads all of your brands right up on the front. So you can see we've got all of the vacation brands, plus we've got a great training folder full of resources like videos and help guides and a number of other things in here to help you capture some of these tips and tricks that I'll show you today. So as you can see, we've got videos, a really great tips and tricks flyer. So again, lots of great helpful information. The other thing that you can get to from the home page is images and videos. This section is all images and videos from our suppliers and partners. Sometimes the portal can take a little bit of time to load, as you can see here. But once you get into it, you'll see we've got images, videos, and when you click into images here, it'll load hotel images, and then it will load all of our top partners and images that they provided to us with all the rights for us to be able to use them and share them with you right here. So again, you can navigate by hotel group, and if a hotel group has multiple properties, once you click into that, it'll show you, usually there's a folder by brand, other things here. So you can navigate by hotel once you get into the portal. And again, once you click in a little bit further, it'll show you all of the images for each of the properties that you can download free to use. If there are any permissions needed to use it, it'll show you in the notes when the asset loads. So once this loads, it'll tell you if there's any photo credit that needs to be given. But most of the assets available in the system are free to use without any additional information. We've worked through all that with everything. If there is a photo credit that needs to be given, it usually shows up right here in these notes here. So that's kind of an overview of the home page. Once you get into the brands, the folder structure is very similar. Now we are working through to make these even more consistent so it's even easier to use. So you might see some changes over the next couple weeks. But what we structured this as is by the type of material. Because we find that most agents who are looking to use the platform either have a specific theme in mind, like wedding or honeymoon or LGBTQ, or they know that they have a specific need in mind, like a social post or an email. So these are set up by that media type. Two folders that I really wanted to emphasize for you are Advisor Resources folder and our Current Promotions folder. Advisor Resources is just that. It's everything for you. It's really for your eyes only because a lot of times we put things in there if there's special bonus commission offers or Waves rewards points, things that will help you understand how to book or use Vax. All those kinds of tips and tricks that are really meant for an advisor's eyes only are right here in this Advisor Resources folder. And then going back, the other folder that I really wanted to highlight for everyone is our Current Promotions. So Current Promotions is just that. It has everything that you would need to share any new sale with your customers. So as you can see here, we've got these set up by folders. We've got folders for seal of a deal. We've got back to pool. This is our most recent folder, so there's a lot of things in here. And what's great about the Current Promotions folder is it will show you everything we have about that promotion right here in one click. So as you can see in Current Promotions for back to pool, I've got digital banners in various sizes. I've got a customizable flyer. I've got social assets all right here. Now, if I knew I wanted to do social and I didn't want to click on the Current Promotions, you can still get to these assets in their media type folder. So just to show you that, we've got 3 social folders here in the Current Promotions. And if we go back to our main level here for the brand, you'll see in social, if I were to go straight to social, I again have some of those sale assets right here, but now I have all the other social files as well. And when I click on back to pool in the social folder, I now see just the social assets. So just a couple different ways to navigate it depending on what you need or what you're looking for. So then a few other things to share with you. We were talking about social just now. Some other great things related to social are, as soon as this loads here, a lot of our social content has post copy as well. So you can take and get your image, copy and paste the copy, and you're ready to go. So once you're in the social asset, a lot of our social assets have the image that you can download, sized to exactly what's needed. And then you can also see different post copy options and optional call to actions, all pre-written for you. And then there's some quick instructions on how to upload it as well. Some other things that I wanted to share with you are our email templates. That's another area that's very popular. So if you go into our email folder, I'm going to share some examples of our Apple Vacations email templates. When we upload emails to the system, we usually upload them as 2 different types of files depending on what your needs are. Some agencies have a really robust email strategy and they have a header already created for their agency with a standard header and a standard footer, and all they're looking for are the pieces to drop in. So when you go into your emails, if you have that type of setup, you just need to look for the build your own. And this will give you a zipped file with a Word doc with the copy and the image. I apologize, the site's running a little bit slow here. I think it's due to my connection. So here you can see when it finishes loading here. Here you can see it's got everything you need that would download as a zip folder. Now when you click download, it's ready to go. You just hit download and it'll download that zip folder. This window will always tell you what file format you're downloading in. And if we go back, The other type of email is a ready-to-use HTML email. Maybe you're just looking for something quick and you don't want to have to take the time to build your own. The HTML ready-to-go email is the way to go. Because what this one is you can customize the file right in the platform to have your contact information. And then when you hit download, it'll download an HTML file that you can just drop into your email platform. So to show you how customizations work, you can hit customize, and I promise you the system is usually a little bit faster than this. So now you can see what the customization screen looks like. We've set this up. Now it's going to vary depending on the asset that's customizable. Sometimes we have images that you can choose between. Sometimes you can add logos and different things. So the customization varies depending on the piece and how the piece is set up. In this particular one, we get to choose between 2 subject lines. And like most form fields, if it's got a little asterisk after the field name, that tells you that's a required field. If it doesn't, it means it's optional. So in this instance, the email subject line is required, so you can choose between 2 subject lines. And then you can upload your file directly if you wanted to add your logo, and it tells you the different file types supported. You can manually type in this information, or you can use pre-fills. Pre-fills is a great tool if you're using it all the time, and this is one of my favorite tips and tricks within the platform. You can save pre-fills to a specific asset or to the platform overall. So in this instance, if you had pre-fills saved to the asset, it would show up right here under the saved content. If you have it saved not to the particular marketing piece that you're looking at, but you have it saved to a platform overall, you click on this all saved content, and then this will show you all the pre-fills you've saved to your account. So you see here we've got 4 different ones. So you could pick which one you wanted to use. I'm going to choose this one here. Let me try that again. So we will, when you click on your pre-fill, you'll go to your saved content, and then you'll go to all saved content. And then you just click on your pre-fill that you'd like to use, and then use pre-fill. And this one's not quite working right, so we're going to go demonstrate that on a different one. Now, some other tips as you're navigating through the platform is there's a couple ways where you can tell if an asset is ready to use or customizable. And one way to do that is to look at the card for the asset when you're looking at it on this top level. So as you can see in our collateral folder, we've got a number of different assets. At a quick glance, the way that you can tell if it's customizable or not, besides using these filters on the right or on the left, you can use these little icons down at the bottom. Anything that's ready to download that is easy to use is you can just click right here on this download, and it will download the file directly from there. So think of it as kind of like your quick shopping. If it's customizable, you'll see this little pencil on here. So in this top row, we've got 1 downloadable and 2 customizable flyers. And I want to show this particular piece because it's a really great piece for customizing. It's probably one of the more robust pieces in here in terms of customization, so it gives you a good sense of what you can do. So this particular piece is for a destination wedding. So if you've got a bride and groom planning a destination wedding and they want to share out the information about how to book the trip with you and all of the details, you can create this quick flyer for them, send it off as a PDF to the bride and groom to give out to all of their guests, and that'll drive all of their guests back to you with all of the information to help book the rest of the party. So once this loads here, this one takes a little bit longer because it's a high-res file. Sometimes the files that are the higher the resolution, they can take a little bit longer to download. So for instance, in this particular one, you can change their names. We've got Joe and Mary forever. You can enter in the number of nights and what the price would be. And you know, you do always want to double check. We try to make the formatting carry through. So if you just typed in $9.99, it would format to say $999. But always double check that. You can write in what the room category is so people can look it up and know what they might be booking at. change all the booking windows and dates, and then you can manually enter in your information for them to contact you, or you can use these pre-fills. And pre-fills is a really great tool. You can save your pre-fill to the specific marketing piece that you're working on, or anytime you save a pre-fill, it saves it and creates a new one for you in here. So for instance, I've got 4 that I've saved over and over again. So I can use any of these 4 at any time, and it'll find the matching fields and fill it in for me. So I'm going to go with Julie's agency here. Click use pre-fill. And now you can see it's populated my phone number, my email address, my website. I just put in the ALG Vacations logo in here as an example. Now, when I saved that pre-fill, there wasn't a travel agent field, so I would add the specific travel agent I would like them to call. And then when you're all done filling all that in, you can hit preview. And this will give you a chance to see exactly how it all fits and comes together. And if that all looks good, you can also zoom in on it, because I know this is a little hard to read, so you can use the zoom buttons below to zoom in. But once it's all ready to go and you like the way that it looks, you can hit done. And it'll give you those options to either share it as an email directly from the platform, or to just download it and send it out however you would prefer. So that's a great example of how to customize assets. One other thing that I wanted to show while we're in the platform is one of my other favorite tools, the filters on the left. This really helps you narrow down what you're looking for, so you don't have to keep digging and digging. The filters are set on the folder level. So if you're in a folder, as you can see right now, there's not a lot of filters here because we're at that folder level and the filters don't apply to the folders. What the filters really help you do is narrow down what you're looking for. And they apply to everything on the top level. So in this particular folder, the filters don't really apply to these top folders because those are folders, but they do show all of the assets down here on this top level. So if you know you're looking for something that's wedding and honeymoon, you can click on that and it's going to narrow those results down to just the assets that are wedding and honeymoon. It also will tell you how many things within this view are tagged with that tag. So you can see here we've got 2 items that are wedding and honeymoon, and as we flip out, now you'll see we've got a lot more filters, and you can see how the numbers have changed to show a lot more different assets. Now, if you come to the platform and you're looking for something particular, there's a couple other ways you can search for assets. Keywords is another way you can do that. You can do that right here on this home screen. So for instance, say you're looking for something on Travel Protection Plus because you want to give those customers that peace of mind and give them the opportunity to see what their options are related to cancel for any reason. And like most search engines, it'll start to populate some options here of what it thinks you might be looking for. I'm just going to go ahead and click on Travel Protection Plus, and it'll give you all of your options. You can change how you want to sort by it. Now, this particular one, my search is also bringing up anything with the word travel, so it's bringing up travel impressions pieces as well. And this is where those filters can really help you narrow it down again. Excuse me. So Travel Protection Plus is an exclusive, not an exclusive non-stop, it's an exclusive product. So if I was looking for Travel Protection Plus, I'd click on exclusive products, and that's going to narrow down my search. Now you can see it's taken out all of those general travel impressions pieces, and you'll see now my search is a lot more tightened up with just travel protection elements. Now another great way you can search as well is by right up here. So once you're into the site and you're past the home page, you can do that same thing with searches right up here. If you have pieces that you found that you just really love and you want to use it time and again, favoriting them is a great way to do that. You can get to your favorites by going to your profile icon up here and navigating down to favorites. And when you click on favorites, it's going to pull up only those things that you've favorited. So as you can see here, I've got a number of assets that I favorited over the time. And the way that you add them as a favorite is you just click on that little heart at any point that you're in the platform. So, and if you decide that maybe this piece isn't what you're looking for anymore and it's not one of your favorites, you can easily just unclick the heart and it'll remove it from your favorites. So when it's in your favorites, it's red. When it's not, it's gray. But I like that one, so I'm going to keep it here. And that really demonstrates a lot of the great things that you can do within the platform. So now that we've had a little bit of time in the platform, I hope that that helped give you a sense of how ALGV360 can help you find relevant content, make it more authentic to you by being able to add in customizations, and really help you make your marketing easier, because we know we are all strapped for time. And just as a refresher, because I know there was a lot there to show, these are my 3 top favorite tricks. So filters to help you navigate, pre-fills to help you enter in your information and customize your pieces a little bit faster, and favorites so you can get in more easily. So if you haven't signed up for ALGV360 already, all you got to do is go to ALGV360.com, or from Agent Tools. It's going to give you the login page first, and you just need to hit the sign up button. And from there, there'll be a short form for you to fill out, just so that we can make sure that we've got all your contact information in case we need to get a hold of you, and that we can make sure that we set you up with the right assets that you'll need. And then in about a week, you'll get a welcome email from ALGV360 that will tell you what your login information is for the first time. So you'll have your temporary password and your user ID. And then once you go in there, you can change your password, set your security questions, and you're good to go. And if you have any questions at any time, or if you're in the platform and you realize that there's some really great content ideas that you have that aren't in the platform, feel free to reach out to the ALGV360 team at any time by emailing algv360@applelg.net. We try to get back to everyone within a few business days, so we definitely check it very frequently though, and try to get back to you right away. So thank you again for joining the session. I really hope it helps you out as you think about your marketing strategies and how to adapt your marketing for today's environment.